But I think that one thing that I've been noticing is a real challenge when you're not stream aligned and you're not organized into these value streams is that early activities in a year, like setting OKRs, I found a lot of teams struggle with OKRs and goal setting early on in this kind of first quarter timeframe. Because what happens in a siloed organization is that they will kind of set their targets according to the silo, right? Like I'm in whatever department, and so what is going to move my department forward, and that's going to be my target. Mm-hmm. And that kind of like hems us in versus setting a goal and then everyone kind of like organizes to accomplish that goal across all of the silos and departments. So I don't know when that's going to happen. I mean, what are you finding when you talk to executives who are interested in value stream management? Do you find that they're kind of willing to see their organizations as value streams? Are they excited by the idea that they could see their organization as a collection of value streams?
I may have a better answer for you here shortly. So I'm working with a client in that situation now where it's early days. I think what I can tell you honestly is that executives get it, that they've got to become more agile. Call it business agility, if you will. But I don't think many of them really understand what that means. There are many companies still that don't get it, that the digital disruptors won, and that you are a software company, whether you understand that or not. And if you don't understand it, you're not going to survive, right? And really, I'm still having those conversations, right? Where companies are saying, we're not a software company. Well, yeah, you are. Guess what? And if you don't get it, you're not going to be competitive. So let's start there. So what do you do about that? You know, the digital disruptors completely changed the way industries work. So you start there. They changed brick and mortar to online buying, right? For example. But there's a host of other, areas as well, B&B, where you can get a bed and breakfast as opposed to a regular hotel, or get your, taxi through Uber, and so on and so forth. All these were digital disruptors that changed the way the industry worked and enabled and facilitated through digital innovations. So if you're going to compete in this industry, you're going to have to be good at software development, no matter how you choose to do it. Not only that, you're going to have to be accelerated at it. So when you look at the orders of magnitudes, like if, for example, in the latest DORA 4 metrics that Google put out, what it was, 6,300 times faster delivery, right? I think was the metric they were using to show the difference between traditional, those folks still left the traditional waterfall approach versus the elites in DevOps, right? And so you kind of have to take the executives through a mental journey, because they're not ready to make that leap. They're still trying to get it that they're a software company. And so what does that mean, right? And so you got to go in and you got to say, well, it means you're going to have to get good at software development. It means you're going to have to think about your business differently. Instead of the functional hierarchies that you've set up, you're going to start having to think about the end-to-end activities that create flow, that that create value in the way that your customers define it, right? Not you or I or anybody else, right? It's how your customers define it. So that means you got to start thinking about, okay, what are the end-to-end stream of activities? That begins to define what the flows look like, if you will, the processes and activities that make that end-to-end value stream, okay? And then you can start thinking about the software enhancements that can improve those flows. Now, and here's the important part too. I'm speaking to the choir here, so don't take anything I say.
Oh, we have an audience. This is great. This is exactly what we want to cover.
You can spend a lot of time and effort and money in installing DevOps tool chains and have zero benefit. But well before you get to that, your executives are going to pull the plug, right? And why are they going to do that? Is because they see this money going out. And by the way, they've conditioned their VPs basically to say no when the dev teams come to them and say, hey, I want a new tool chain. I want new training. I want new methodology, right? They've been conditioned to say, no, I'm not
I think
spending money
that
on it.
I think that's actually, that's learned behavior
Yes, it
that's
is.
kind of brought us to where we are. And a big reason why value stream management has caught a lot of attention, because software development for this period where we kind of rejected process and the business didn't understand software development. So it was kind of
Mhm.
off in this separate area, silo, isolated, was
Another side.
that, yeah, so it didn't need to be connected to value.
Mhm.
And nobody was really checking whether or not they were getting value from all the activities. And so I think that, that instinct to say no to everything is probably safer than building a bunch of stuff that no one's ever going to buy. But, that's just the pendulum
Yeah.
swing,
They
right?
get
And
used and gets forgotten, exactly, or not maintained, sustained. People don't understand it anymore.